Alright guys, so got a check engine light. It's got a canister vent solenoid stuck closed, and it's only got 6% duty cycle for the purge control valve right now, and it's putting a pretty good amount of vacuum on the fuel tank. And the canister vent solenoid is off, so it should be venting right now, but it's going into a pretty good vacuum right now. So we're gonna go underneath and take a look and see why that thing is not venting. We could have a bad vent solenoid, bad charcoal canister, or if I'm lucky, I'm gonna find a spider nest stuck at the vent outlet, and it's preventing it from venting. I had that one time. I just want to show you this. It's still putting a vacuum in it, so I'm gonna open this up, and you can hear it hiss. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but we'll try again. It's pretty noisy. Yeah, pretty good amount of vacuum in there right now. So that's just me opening the, you open the flaps, and then there's another flap inside, and yeah, that's how I released the vent. Oh, wait, the noise in the shop's gone. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that or it caught on the camera, but it's got a good amount of vacuum on it still. And it's still doing its test. So I released the vacuum and it went back to 2.5, and it's slowly going back down again. See, there it goes. 2.2 volts on the fuel tank pressure sensor. It's only 5% duty cycle, so not much. Yeah, it's continuing to drop, so yeah, I'm just gonna let this finish doing its test, and then then show you underneath, see what we find. Remove all the shielding underneath, and then on the Honda Accord, this is a 19 Accord with a 2-liter turbo. Here's your charcoal canister, and this is your vent valve. There is the outlet of it, so that's the hose that goes up into a filter up there. So I'll pull this off, see if I can blow through it. If I can blow through it, then our issue is somewhere around here. And then, yeah, let's take a look. So it could be this guy, or, plugged up charcoal canister. Okay, so I blew through this thing. It blows through freely, so it's not plugged up. So we're looking over here. So I'm gonna detach this hose from that end and then put it on this end. And then I'm gonna blow through that end on that hose, just so I have something to blow on. I can't fit my lips over these this nipple over here. So I'm just gonna take that hose off. But if you're looking for your fuel tank pressure sensor, it's actually right up here. Oh, can't see. Oh, yeah, it's fuel tank pressure sensor is just right there, and then that rubber hose goes up to the filter, just a vent. It's just a vent. So yeah, I'm gonna remove this hose, plug it into here, and then blow through this thing, and most likely it's this side is going to be plugged. Okay, so I touched the hose, and then I'm blowing into this, and it's blowing. It's blowing back. You can't hear it, but it's blowing back on me. And guess what I smell? I smell fuel when it's blowing back at me. So I feel like this charcoal canister is plugged. And it tastes pretty bitter. I can taste it in my mouth. So what we can do is we can pull this guy out. But then what's gonna seal this side? Let me see. I'll bring you back. Since, that goes to your fuel tank, right? Fuel tank pressure sensor is just right there. So we know we're getting vacuum in the fuel tank, so it's not this part of it. It's just inside this section, and it's not the vent. So we're plugged here. So I will just get a new charcoal canister with the new vent valve. And then when it gets here, then I'll pull it out, and then we'll know for sure. Which is it, the vent valve or the charcoal canister? All right, so I put everything back together because we don't have the part in stock. Actually, we do have the part in stock, but it's for a different customer, and I can't use that one. And it doesn't matter because this thing has extended warranty, so we're putting both in. So it's coming in a few days, and I'll bring you back in a few days when that part comes in. Okay, so after a long time, we finally got approval for this charcoal canister and the vent valve. So what I'm going to do is, I already blew into here, I can't blow into there. And I plugged up the this end right here, right? And yeah, you can't blow through it. It can't be the check valve in the fuel tank because your fuel tank pressure sensor is right here. And this comes right off to the fuel tank pressure sensor. So I'm going to pull out this vent valve and then we'll see if it's open because I can't blow through that end over there. So let's pull out this vent valve and then see if it's actually stuck closed. Here it is. It's that's the vent valve. And you can see, let me grab some light. I also got a new charcoal canister and a vent valve, so that's all getting replaced, doesn't matter. But you can see, you got light going through it, so it's not stuck closed. So it's definitely not the vent valve. It's usually it's the charcoal canister. They always plug up, or people overfill their tank and saturate it with fuel, and those charcoal inside starts deteriorating, and then it blocks the outlet of the vent side of the charcoal canister, and you just get it plugged up. So that's usually what it is. But anyways, it's covered under warranty. I'm going to replace both the vent valve and the charcoal canister, and then yeah. So I just want to show you that inside this, it's always full of water. So I mentioned that here, where temperatures can get below -0 degree or in the negative temperatures, and you get small evap leaks. So what happens is, my light is super bright. What happens is all this moisture inside this thing crystallizes, and it just prevents this vent valve from sealing. So it'll try to seal it, but since water freezes, right, and it becomes crystal, it doesn't create a complete seal, and you get that small evap leak when it goes to test your evap system. And yeah, usually you clear it and then it doesn't come back. So that's why I don't like about small evap leaks, especially here where climate's it's humid. It's also cold temperatures where stuff in here freezes, right? Water, oh man, let's focus. Yeah, there's like water, moisture inside this thing, and it freezes, and then this thing, when it tries to seal, the frozen moisture on the vent valve doesn't create a complete seal in the your evap system, so it sets a small evap leak. Or if it's really completely frozen, then that thing doesn't even close at all because it's frozen, and you get a large evap leak. So that's why the evap leak test on the scanner is really useful, because usually when you test it and it says it's all good, then it's all good, right? So yeah, usually it's never the vent valve. It's typically it's either your charcoal canister, or where I had it, a spider made a little nest in the vent tube, and that prevented from venting, and that's about it. But usually the vent valves never get stuck. They sometimes prevent sealing, but yeah. Anyways, I'm going to transfer over the fuel tank pressure sensor over to the new charcoal canister over there. So what's great with these charcoal canisters? Well, if the warranty doesn't want it back, you just cut it open, take the charcoal out of it, fill up those your toilet paper roll, your finished toilet paper roll, put some in the middle, plug up each side of those paper roll with the lint from your dryer, and then you got your perfect fire starter. So when you go camping, you got something to keep your or to start the fire for your your campfire, I guess. So yeah, just a tip for you, I guess, for if you're trying to start your fire when you go camping, you can save that. And okay, so before I finish this video here, I'm going to boot up the scanner. I'll do the evap leak test, and then make sure it's all good, just to show you that that's good. I'm 100% sure that that charcoal canister is bad. So this thing's gonna take a while because it's got to warm up, because it's cold. It's got to get to operating temperature, And I also got to clear the existing code that's in here. So once the engine's nice and warm or at operating temperature, it's going to start doing its test. So that might take a while. And if this thing isn't so laggy, yeah, evap stuck closed. So we'll clear that code on the fuel tank pressure sensor. What, did it not clear? Yes. Clear my code. Yes or no? It's on. There we go, now it's cleared. See what I mean with these scanners? So old. Okay, let's go to function tests. Evap tests. Come on. Finally. Loading. Loading. Well, yeah, anyways, I'll bring you back once the results, or I'll show you with the visual of the PIDs on the screen that as the purge valve opens, the fuel tank pressure sensor should stay the same while the vent valve is open. So yeah, I'll bring you back when that happens. Oh, there you go, function test. That's how long it took to get to the screen. Okay. Yes. Or you can wait till this fuel tank pressure sensor to drop once that evap vent solenoid opens. When it goes off, this thing should return to close to 2.5 volts, which it did. So we are venting, and we know that our new charcoal canister is the correct repair. So, well, there you have it. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm still playing catch up on work. I've got another Chevy Bolt with a steering rack to do. So yeah, anyways, thanks to you guys for watching. See you guys soon.